Hey guys, Wombo Factory here. Dad jokes. Today go on a look at my new Zoodiac list that I've been coming up recently. So the ban list just dropped yesterday, and with that we have to adapt to the current format. So this is what I came up with so far. This list is heavily inspired by the OCG lists. What do I mean with that? When we look at the OCG meta right here, you can see they also play like 10 Zeus, plus they play 11, plus Pank, hand traps. They play 2, 4, 7, 10, 12, 13 hand traps. Then the same spells as we do. The strikes, the judgment instead of the order, and the macrocosmos. In the extra deck, they just played the Zoodiac amount plus Future Dragon. I hope this card comes out soon here. And Ausa to link anything away they might need to. Side deck, they play Retaliating Sea because it combines perfectly with Maxi. Lancea, Diddy Crow, Ogre, Storm, Harpies, Cyclone, Mind Control, Reboot thing. So most of the stuff is the same as we have. So what I've been doing the last few days is look at these lists and compare them with the compared with our format. So this is what I came up with so far. The Zeus stay pretty much the same, and now we need to play the red. I used to think about cutting the red, but right now it's necessary since we play Mega Clubs in this extra deck. Since everybody is playing Dinos currently, and this card is pretty much an auto win against Dinos. These are just the Zoodiac amounts, then these 5 cards are self-explanatory. Desires and Cyclone as well. And then for the hand traps, currently I'm trying out Ash Blossom, Skull, because these 6 cards have the most impact in my opinion currently. Doesn't mean they're the most strongest impact cards, but they can do the most amount of damage to any deck. Like for example, Witcher Word Jinglong. This hits Jinglong. This hits every single one of the Witcher Words cards. Then Imperm, because I feel like Imperm is coming back into the meta. Since right now, a lot of decks, especially like BA, I would say is coming back since Bardiche to 3. And without VFT, now a lot of decks can play actually. That means we will see a lot more diversity. Also, this card is against diversity. And against the strongest deck in my opinion currently, which is Dragon Link. This card is super good because it helps with all the effects. The Nip, same reason. It's just so strong against Dragon Link, which we have a problem with since they just bounce our normal summon. And if we don't have our extended barrage, we can't do anything about it. So that means with Imperm, we have another top deck that we could potentially use, and with Called by the Grave as well. Then DD Crow, because a lot of decks, like all the decks, play with the Grave as a second hand. So that means we can just DD Crow them away. Strike, because Strike is so good going first. With Macrocosmos, since since without a Grave, a lot of decks can function and won't call by Grave. For right now, I cut the D-Shifter, since I feel like right now it's not currently necessary anymore. And without D-Shifter in the deck, all our top decks work. That means it used to be like this when we top deck D-Shifter after the um, uh, after the starting hand, it was just dead. And right now, all the other cards we draw right now can at least do something. Like, yeah, it doesn't mean the nip's gonna be live, but at least we have a potential to nip. With D-Shifter, we just had D-Shifter. That was it. Just D-Shifter in hand and nothing to do about it. Like, we couldn't discard it because we don't play anything to discard. So yeah, that's why I took out D-Shifter for right now. Maybe I'm gonna put it back in, depending on how the meta shifts with the new ban lists. And one Called by the Grave, because Called by the Grave is like a DD Crow, and it also can be used to negate effects, which I like. So it's actually a third Skullmeister and DD Crow in one. Unfortunately, only on monsters, but except you play against a trap deck, everything you can just Call by the Grave. Then for the side deck, currently is 3 Lancea, because Lancea is super strong against all the meta decks. Then back row removal, Harpies, Lightning Storm, Red Reboot. Then currently I think since there's no more VFT and probably just a few negate boards, we can just start playing Dark Ruler no more. Since when we can clear the board and then just have one Zoodiac plus this card, we pretty much win. The roll in the side now, since I think Drytron is not going to be as strong as it used to be, especially until we get the new Xyz monster. This one. Until we get this card. I don't think Drytron's gonna shine as much. And that's the reasoning why I put in the side. And Imperial Order. I don't think we need to main deck Imperial Order anymore. Maybe gonna change it up again. This bot would go for Imperial Order. Depending on how the meta shifts, I'm either gonna play Imperial Order or Cabal Wave. And then Red Reboot, because Red Reboot plus Zeus is game against any trap deck. For the extra deck lineup, we kept everything the same. The only thing we do is play 2 Hammer Kong, because then we can still go for our play where we start with Trident with 3 materials, so 4 summons, plays against Nip, around Nip. And for next turn, since we detach 1, we can go 3 attachments plus Zeus, and now our Zeus has 3 cents with 6 material, and with both times we played around Nip. That's why I put in another Hammer Kong, so we can just waste a name, because it used to be like that we only play 1 Hammer Kong and start with Hammer Kong, and then it was not so good since it was quite it didn't feel good, because this card we can just waste as materials. With the other cards we can't do that, and the only thing I'm going to change up right now I wanted to do that is replace Choconine with Tiger Mortar. Why Tiger Mortar on 3? Because the simple reason is on my normal summon, normally my board will look like this. Normal summon a Zoodiac, put over Tiger Mortar, put over Hammer Kong, put over Trident. Then with 1 we get negate, so that means after that in our extra deck we'll have Borbo, 2 Tiger Mortar, 1 Hammer Kong, 2 Choconine. And because the reason we play 3 Tiger Mortar is since would play like Thoroughblade and stuff, and discard Ram, we can actually use this Tiger Mortar to equip the Ram. So we'll have Trident with Thoroughblade and Ram as equipment. Then 3 Zeus. Maybe gonna bump it down to 2. We'll still have to play test with that. And Vispinato, since going for game is so easy with this card. And Mega Club. Since everybody's playing Dino right now, this card's so good because it's an auto win. Today I played like 6 games. 4 of them were Dinos. And against each one of them I just made Mega Clubs and I immediately won. That's my current list, guys. If you have any questions about what I do or how I play it, actually we can then feel free to comment, send me a message. So have a nice day and talk to you guys next time. Bye.